when did you begin songwriting?
Um, I I wrote my first song when I was 9. It was called "Summertime." When I'd love to take a swim with you in the summertime, and um, it it yeah, it was after learning my first 4 chords, learning how to play Beatles songs and the Monkees, and then I just took it from there. And it was I never stopped ever since then.
Can you still remember the song?
Well, when I'd love to take a swim with you in the summertime. Oh yeah, we swim so far in the ocean so blue in the summertime. Oh yeah. Of course, I sang it about 2 octaves higher.
And who were your main musical influences? You mentioned the Beatles and the Monkees. So...
Well, my mom was a singer, and so there was always some Broadway show tune on the piano or some, operetta. And so I grew up listening to a really broad range of idioms, classical, folk, jazz, rock, pop. And as soon as I got a transistor radio, I was listening to all the top 40. But I always had a special affinity for singer-songwriters. So I'd have to say that, the singer-songwriters that come to mind would include, folks like Joni Mitchell and Randy Newman, Paul Simon, James Taylor, Bernie Taupin, and Elton John, and all those great, Broadway musical composers. And just really everything that I hear. It's disparate influences, but I hear them in every one of my songs.
I was reading online that you've been coming to the Edinburgh Fringe for quite a few years now.
It's true. This, I think, will be my 19th or 20th year. I'm not sure whether you can count the lockdown, which I did a virtual Zoom, but
Did you? Yeah.
it's my favorite place to be in August. It's just really inspiring for, anyone in the creative arts, because the whole town is besieged by performers and writers and of every ilk. And they're taking chances and creative risks. And so you can't help but be inspired to do the same.
Yeah, you mentioned lockdown. How did you find it? Did you find you could adapt quite quickly?
Well, like a lot of fellow musicians, I had to cancel a 40-city tour. But I slapped a video camera onto my desktop computer and I started doing Zooms and Zoom concerts. And I did a Dean Zine live stream. And it was it was a powerful way to stay connected with my audience and to continue doing what I do, writing and performing, and without any of the traveling. So it has some downsides, but I really grew to appreciate the Zoom performances because, especially because you can see people, you can see their faces up close, something you can't always do in a live gig. So yeah, I appreciated that the technology stepped in and helped bridge that gap for that period of time. Yeah. But it's still nice to get back on the road and share space and music and with a real live audience out there in reality. Yeah.